Hello, everybody. It's Mary Mitchell here. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start with this. I got this down to about 9 minutes, this video, and it was over an hour. I worked on this piece. I kid you not. I sped it up and cut pieces out and sped it up, but I actually kept the bulk of it, and the only parts that I took out were, where I was just sort of looking at it like, what? But most of the time, I was losing. I was losing this battle for over an hour, and it was making me crazy. I had these colors from the last pour that I did where I looked like an aquarium, looked like a fish tank, looked like underwater, all kinds of great comments that, people got back to me on, and I ended up putting some resin on it. I wanted this to be sort of like a sister piece. Not the same, of course it can't exactly be the same, but something close. And it just was not happening. No matter what I did, I kept making it worse and worse. And I kept waiting sort of for that magic moment, I guess. And I thought, okay, well, last time I tilted and I tilted a bunch off. And at first I was a little sorry I did that, so I'll do it this way. And it just got worse and worse. I kept putting the marbles on, and I kept, well, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm desperately trying to, I was trying to, what I was trying to do is, the marble was mixing the colors up too much. It was making a mess, is what it was doing. And I was trying to get out of the mess. So I figured if I just kept pouring over the, more the marbles like I did with the first one, it would somehow come together. But it just didn't, it never did. It just never did with the marbles. So I keep tilting and tilting one way, tilting the other way, looking at it, thinking, do I see anything? Okay, so now here, look at this. Now I'm scraping a part off because there was so much, the marble had gone through so many colors, it was just a big mess. So I figured, okay, let me just use up, now I'm running out of paint here, and I don't really have any more of these colors mixed up. I just didn't anticipate to have so much trouble with this, to be really honest with you. I thought as somehow it would come together, and so, and I still had faith. I still came like, okay, well, I got that kind of that messy part out. Let's see, and I wanted a lot of the blue to show through, so let's just see what I can do with this. And then I'm thinking, okay, how about if I do it from sort of like if it hangs, lengthwise, long lengthwise instead of horizontal, sort of like a landscape versus portrait type of a composition. And I kept looking at it, and I'm thinking, I don't see anything. So what do? I take out my swiper. I bring out my spatula. I start swiping it, thinking, okay. And in my mind, I'm thinking, let's swipe it, and the colors will create some, cells, and let's see what happens. This could work. Then I'm like, okay, let's do some puddle pours, and let's put 3 marbles on here. Well, that wasn't going to work. Then I'm putting this giant boulder on here, and it's, oh my God. So now I'm thinking, okay, all right, well, maybe this could be sort of like an underwater sea with the, plant life growing up and seaweed and stuff like that. And, oh, look, here's a jellyfish. Yeah. I'm thinking, okay, so maybe I have something here. Let's play around and with this, and then I can always add more, I don't know what I was thinking at this point. I was just had so much stuff going through my head. How can I save this? I didn't want to walk away from it. I didn't want to scrape all the paint off it, but yet I had no clue where this thing was going. No clue whatsoever. So I'm looking at it, and then I start tilting again. And it didn't, it just wasn't working. I wasn't seeing anything. Nothing nothing was popping out at me. I kept thinking, well, if I leave it, if I kind of leave it like this, I can always, just paint over it. But here I am, I just don't want to give up. So I keep going and I keep going. Eventually, here I am. I take my thing out. What do I think? I think, well, metallics always work. They play well in the sand together, and I didn't want to use gold. I actually I don't even think I had any gold mixed up. I think I did reach for the gold first, actually, and there just wasn't going to be enough, so I took out the copper. So I started swiping away, thinking, okay, maybe I can do something with this. So I start to see something, and so I'm kind of going along with it, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll have another type of landscape thing, maybe something like that. At this point, I was like, I'll take anything, like I was just so desperate to have this thing work out somehow, some way. But it still was leaving me cold. There was something really missing, and the colors were so flat and so boring. I just really was not happy with it at all. Something, okay, this could be the bottom, this could be the hills. I'll use green for the hills, and I'm trying different colors for a landscape. So now I'm going for a landscape. Okay, so go from underwater. That didn't work out. I go for underwater. I try for underwater, plant life coming up. That didn't work out. Now I'm swiping away, thinking, okay, let's go for the landscape. Looking at it, thinking, okay, maybe I'll just leave this. And then when the colors settle, I will. So I'm holding it up, saying, okay, I think I'm going to go with this, and I'm talking, to myself basically. But then, of course, I start tilting away because I'm still not happy. So I'm thinking, well, aha, now here we go. Here's the game changer, guys. Here it is, Purple Mountains Majesty. And this saved the painting. It saved the day. It really did. I love the way it came out. You'll see it at the end. Never, ever did I ever imagine that I was going to do a landscape, much less use copper, much less bring in the purple to save the day. So between the yellow and the copper and the purple and the way those colors worked together, I had something. I really did. I said, I think I can do this. This I see something here, and I'm just so excited with it now, and I'm working with it. I'm playing with these sort of purple mountains, blue mountains. There's a strong sunset up there with some brilliant colors, and I'm moving things around, and I got rid of that, did some house cleaning while I was at it. Here I am, I'm showing it to you. And okay, so I think we have a success story here. This is the way it is right now. I let the colors settle for a little bit, and I just ran downstairs and took these pictures, and I am so happy with these. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. It was a funny story, and I'm glad you stuck it out. Have a good night. Bye-bye.